Are you part of a nonprofit organization or youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
New York, on Friday, July 7th, WWE Live returns with a supercard exclusively for the world's most famous arena, as Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt collide for the first time ever at MSG. And Seth Rollins battles the Destroyer Samoa Joe one-on-one. Plus, the artists known as Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor make their debut at the Garden. Don't miss the Hardy Boys and all your favorite superstars. It's the WWE Live SummerSlam Heatwave Tour on Friday, July 7th. Tickets and VIP packages are available.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders from MWF Studios just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Mass. in the zip code of champions 02176.
Let's run down the WWE Monday Night Raw taping at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, Monday, June the 26th, 2017. Taped for main event exclusively on WWE Network, Cedric Alexander defeated Brian Kendrick in Cruiserweight action. In the Revival, back in action, victorious over Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Raw opened with a Roman Reigns promo, not much different than last week, which continues to be a predictable formula and format that's a turnoff to a lot of fans as television ratings continue to go down. I think Raw would be best served to be a little bit more unpredictable. Reigns put over Samoa Joe, putting him to sleep last week, and said Braun Strowman attacked him like a coward. He accepted the challenge for the ambulance match against Strowman at Great Balls of Fire. In a moment I absolutely hated, an ambulance just backed into the arena with sirens going off. So Braun Strowman got to the building early with an ambulance and coordinated its entrance. Lack of believability right there. Roman ran to the ambulance expecting Strowman to jump out like he did last week, but it was empty. Strowman ran out through the entranceway and beat the hell out of Reigns, throwing him off the stage into the side of the ambulance. Would have been much more impressive feat if the stage was more than 2 feet off the ground like it used to be. Strowman got a hell of a babyface pop from the fans in Los Angeles. He tossed Reigns in the back of the ambulance and it drove off. A very good opening segment, as much as it feels like more of the same a lot of the times. Roman continued to play a subtle heel towards the fan base that boos him, and he and Strowman did a great job in building up interest in their match on pay-per-view July the 9th. I look forward to seeing this ambulance match between Reigns and Strowman, even taking away a couple of my negative thoughts towards it. I just hate when cameras show up out of nowhere, and in this instance, just for whatever reason, I guess General Manager Kurt Angle and Commissioner Stephanie McMahon were busy on the phone when someone just decided to drive an ambulance into the arena. Finn Balor and the Hardy Boys defeated Elias Sampson and Raw Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Sheamus. This was a really hot match. Sampson, however, needs a major overhaul in a hurry, as this gimmick is complete and utter death. Nobody cares. Josh Duhamel of the new Transformers movies was on commentary for the matchup. He's going to be part of an upcoming WWE Films movie that will feature Sheamus. He did a nice job putting over the product, even though he really wasn't much of a fan. Balor pinned Cesaro with the coup de grace for the win, and again, a nice six-man tag team match. R-Truth battled Goldust to a no contest. Goldust promos have been excellent ever since he turned heel, reminding fans of the great work he did when he debuted in the mid-1990s. He had his own golden cameraman, which was a step up from the STD-filled Barbie doll that joined him in 1996. The match never got started, as Goldust attacked Truth before the match even began. Interesting to see if WWE gives these two a time to work with each other on the pay-per-view next month. Up next was the Big Baller brand on Miz TV, featuring Lakers first-round draft choice Lonzo Ball, his brother LaMelo, and show stealer LeVar Ball. On paper, I'd hate this, but actually watching it, there was something about it that was perfect for professional wrestling. LeVar acted like a fool, but cut a better promo that was more interesting than 90% of the WWE locker room when they have to read their rehearsed lines. Miz was the perfect guy to put out there with them for their verbal duel. Perfect timing for the balls, with great balls of fire coming up next month. Things went overboard and then some when LeVar was ready to fight The Miz, and the youngest son said beat that and then tossed the N-word in for good measure. But WWE went into crisis mode for that one, releasing a statement to the media, quote-unquote, the inappropriate language used by the guest during the Miz TV segment was not scripted nor reflects WWE's values. I'd love to see LeVar again on WWE television. A lot of WWE's quote-unquote celebrity crossovers are eye rollers. This one was really good. It ultimately led to Dean Ambrose coming out saying he was known for his balls, leading to a six-man tag as The Miz and his new cronies Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel defeated Ambrose, Rhino, and Heath Slater. Solid six-man tag, right team went over here, as Dallas and Axel should be pushed hard as equals to The Miz before they start selling and losing. Very happy that Dallas is getting more, and another shot for Axel as well. Seems that it will be Miz and Ambrose again at Great Balls of Fire. Enzo is out next. He cut a really good, sincere promo about, and then with Big Cass wanting to put the family back together again and win the Raw Tag Team titles. This was very effective and believable. Cass seemed to turn back babyface after leaving Enzo laying last week when he was exposed as being the attacker. The two walked up the entrance ramp, then Cass laid out Enzo, left him laying again. Cass has great size and is going to be pushed hard, maybe even over-pushed. I feel he needs a manager or some kind of a mouthpiece as he had with Enzo to truly become the top guy they envision him being. Seth Rollins defeated Kurt Hawkins. I like this, as it wasn't Rollins wrestling a main eventer, giving away a pay-per-view main event on free television, presented in a way that fans don't even care about seeing it, and they forget it even happened by the next week. The match was fine. After it was over, Bray Wyatt popped up on the Titantron and cut another of his promos that was all over the place, way over my head. The two will indeed collide at Great Balls of Fire July the 9th, and what's really shaping up to be a strong lineup for a B pay-per-view. Awesome segment as Paul Heyman introduced Brock Lesnar instead of what feels like more and more of the same repetitive Paul Heyman promo when Lesnar's around. And they're great, don't get me wrong. This time Samoa Joe attacked Lesnar on the entrance stage and put him in the Coquina Clutch. Lesnar's face actually turned purple. He was able to ram Joe into the Titantron twice, but Joe kept holding on and kept choking Lesnar out. The fans in LA were hot for this one. The Revival and some referees came out to try and break it up. The fans chanted, "Let them fight." Lesnar looked shocked, laying on the ramp, really doing an outstanding job building up this title match between the two, really putting over Samoa Joe as a credible threat to his championship. I would have loved to have seen what Great Balls of Fire would do on traditional pay-per-view back when you were able to measure how strong the product was by the number of pay-per-view buys. I really think Great Balls of Fire would do a strong buy compared to whatever the norm might be in 2017. Imagine if WWE brought guys like Joe, AJ Styles, and others in 5 or 10 years ago, and some of the matches fans could have enjoyed with superstars that are no longer on the roster. While I enjoyed this segment tremendously, I really question whether WWE needed to have 3 attacks on the entrance stage in one episode of Raw tonight. Took away from it a little bit. WWE Cruiserweight Champion Neville beat Lince Dorado in a non-title match. I forgot Dorado was still on the roster. Akira Tozawa sat in his special seat at ringside once again. He was ready to go at it with Neville after the match, but Titus O'Neil came out, not to be outdone by LeVar Ball. He said he already had a title match signed for these two at Great Balls of Fire. Sasha Banks won a women's gauntlet match to become the #1 contender for the Women's Championship and will face Alexa Bliss at Great Balls of Fire. This went way too long. Very interesting to see what the ratings are going to be for the third hour, as this was about a half an hour long. Nia Jax did a great job in this one. She was built up well. She went from start to finish. A huge feather under the cap for her. This could be a career-defining night. She beat Bayley as her first opponent. Mickie James drew number 3 out of this Royal Rumble-style gauntlet. Jax pinned her. Up next was Dana Brooks. Jax beat her with a big boot. Emma was number 5. Jax pinned her with a Samoan drop. Sasha Banks was the final entrant, and her offense looked terrible tonight. Maybe it was because she was in there with a much bigger Jax, but Jax's selling of it was unbelievable in a sense that no one watching it above the age of 5 years old would believe it looked real. Sasha eventually got Jax into a standing Banks statement, forcing her to the mat and making her tap. They tried hard, but the offense, it was just really bad in this one. Jax looked like she was being attacked by a little child. Raw General Manager Kurt Angle came out after the match to congratulate Sasha. Alexa Bliss came out and held the championship belt in Sasha's face. Sasha cleaned house and posed with the championship belt as the show went off the air. After Raw, in a dark match main event exclusively for the fans in Los Angeles, Seth Rollins beat Bray Wyatt. I give Raw a thumbs up this week. Much more good than bad. Really enjoyed it. Even some of the things that I just shake my head at when it comes to believability. You know, it wasn't awful enough to ruin some of those great segments that they had tonight. I give it a thumbs up. The fans on Twitter agreed. 48% thumbs up, 18% thumbs down, 34% thumbs in the middle. Fans, whether you were in Los Angeles live or watched on the USA Network, share your thoughts in the comment section below.
Don't miss the fallout from WrestleMania 33 on WWE Network. Using our link below, get 30 days free. This spring, WWE presents 4 live pay-per-views with Payback, Backlash, Extreme Rules, and Money in the Bank. Relive the ultimate thrill ride that was WrestleMania 33, plus brand new original programming, every pay-per-view in WWE history, and 7,000 plus hours of content in the archives. Spend $25 in the MWF store this month and get a free WWE t-shirt and a free autographed photo of WWE Hall of Famer Cowboy Bob Orton. We have brand new WWE t-shirts, posters, DVDs, autographs, and tons more. Best of all, every dollar you spend directly supports our live event and video production initiatives. Fans in over 30 countries can now enjoy our state-of-the-art studio shoot interview documentary collection on demand. You can rent our own select titles starting at only $5.99. Enjoy the wild Iron Sheik studio shoot interview as seen by millions online and on The Howard Stern Show. Relive the rock and wrestling era in the mid-'80s as WWE Hall of Famers Paul Orndorff, Bob Orton, and the Iron Sheik break down the first WrestleMania. The Boogeyman, Paul Bearer, and Kamala join us for extensive breakdowns of their careers, promoters, and companies they worked for. We also have a new shoot with Bull Dempsey bringing you a backstage look at WWE NXT and the Performance Center. Again, every rental and purchase helps support independent wrestling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel with over 1,500 videos available absolutely free. Enjoy in-depth videos, live MWF wrestling, the latest news, historical videos, and tons more on youtube.com/BostonWrestlingCom. If you enjoy the free content, you can help the cause by making a donation of any size to paypal.me/BostonWrestling. You can help the cause using our links below to shop on popular websites such as WWEshop.com, Amazon.com, and Walmart.com. You get a small thank you for every customer sent their way, and best of all, it doesn't increase your purchase 1 penny. Finally, get a free ride from Uber using the links below. Forget about overpriced taxi cabs with long waits. Join 2017. Get a good ride from a friendly driver and a clean car on us for up to $20. We're running out of time, fans. Don't miss a day on BostonWrestling.com super site. Like us at Facebook.com/MWFAction. Follow us on Twitter at MWF2001 and subscribe to us at YouTube.com/BostonWrestlingCom.
The Millennium Wrestling Federation's 15th anniversary tour begins this fall and rolls into 2017 throughout New England, down the East Coast, and into the Carolinas. If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive, turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner. MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size. From our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls, we've presented live events everywhere. Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President Dr. David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town, not for a quote-unquote wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph and pose photo opportunities, question and answer sessions, and much more. It is the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more. Our live events are fit for fans of every age, from 5 to 95. This fall, as part of our new Kids Club program, we offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can also produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every single step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far, on our local television offerings, and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platform. Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of boring candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the MWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause. Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year. Don't just take it from us. Here are folks we've teamed with in the past.
You already know Kowloon Restaurant, established in 1950 and spanning 4 generations, serves a multi-Asian menu. Did you also know that Kowloon Restaurant is New England's premier Asian dining and entertainment complex, serving Cantonese, Szechuan, Thai, and Polynesian cuisine? And did you know that Kowloon Restaurant is also the home of the finest Japanese sushi? If you haven't dined at Kowloon Restaurant lately, then you simply haven't dined at Kowloon. Kowloon Restaurant, Route 1 North in Saugus.